Explore the world with us right here in Studio B. We're taking off, y'all. Food, travel, the great outdoors, starting with your bucket list guide, Justin Walter, on the beauty of the Northern Territory in Australia. Then from Australia, we move to Asia. Asian flavors and fabulous fusion dishes are here and waiting for you during Mile High Asian Food Week. We get our first taste test. And don't forget staycation. Stay where you are. The Maven Hotel makes staycation so much fun. Check out what they have planned to celebrate Colorado's 150th birthday with the Pillow to Peak package. I like the pillow part. Colorado & Company starts right now.
Portions of Colorado & Company contain paid content.
Good friends, gonna get you through the day. Good friends.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Hello, how you guys doing? I know you can't respond, but I'm going to say great, back at you. Colorado & Company is starting now. We are so excited because this week kicks off Mile High Asian Food Week. Round of applause. It is a celebration of Colorado's growing AANHPI culinary scene, which is so vibrant. We're going to be highlighting just a few spots that are on the list, starting with, we have to give it to our favorites, Olive and Finch. Welcome back, Chef Mary.
Oh, thank you
Hello.
so much.
So much. Someone saw me and they're like, oh, say hi to Chef Mary.
Really?
I was like, yeah.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy.
I was so excited. I was like, she's the best. So Chef Mary, please tell us, how was this week created? What's the goal of the week?
Yeah, so Mile High Asian Food Week is a 1-week celebration of Asian cuisine within the city limits. So, I mean, it's really amazing because it starts April 26th until May 3rd.
Okay.
And it's really just an opportunity for us to celebrate all of the different Asian communities that are now in Denver.
There's so many.
So many,
Yeah.
and all of the amazing restaurants that are in Denver.
And they're getting awards. I mean, it's huge.
Absolutely. And the one thing that I think is really important too is that this the Food Week is very similar to Denver Restaurant Week, so it's actually pretty big.
Okay.
It's pretty big, but it's also under the umbrella of the Colorado Asian Culture and Education Network.
Oh, nice.
So they're a 501c3, and what they really try to do is they try to elevate Asian communities and address inequities, and they do that through education and just enhancing the culture.
That's what we need. Let's
I agree.
bring in the
Yeah,
culture, baby.
absolutely.
Bring in the culture. All right. How many vendors are participating this year?
70.
Stop it.
70 vendors from literally Colorado Springs all the way up to Loveland.
No,
So-
I thought it'd be like 70.
No, 70.
How fabulous
Yeah,
is
so
that?
many, and like outside of Denver too. So all the way in Colorado Springs, all the way up to Loveland.
Look at us.
I know,
So
I
cultural.
know.
Okay. It looks like you brought a phenomenal examples
I did.
going on at Olive and Finch. Walk me through some of these.
All right, so you know, a lot of this festival or Food Week is really celebrating AANHPI owners and restaurants.
Got it, okay.
So, you know, Olive and Finch is a global restaurant.
Yes, it is.
And so we do a lot of different things, but we also do a lot of Asian things. So this is one of the dishes we have for Mile High Asian Food Week. This is our Saigon Siamese, which is actually a vegan chicken sandwich.
It's vegan?
It's a vegan banh mi.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
lovely.
a vegan chicken banh mi sandwich.
I know a lot of vegan. I have a lot of vegan friends. I don't have a lot of friends, but I have some, and some of them are vegan.
Oh, and then this is our soul full of soul chicken sandwich.
Ooh, yum.
Which is like a Korean fried chicken sandwich. We have Asian sticky ribs.
That looks phenomenal.
They're fantastic. They're like really beautifully lacquered don noodles. I know you love don
I do
noodles.
like don-dons.
And then this is a Buddha bowl.
Oh, that's good. You're going healthy, you go here.
Yeah. If you want to go healthy, you go here.
And then I asked you off camera what this was.
So this is one of my favorites. You're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Okay.
It's our matcha zero proof cocktail.
Everybody with the matcha. Everybody with the matcha.
Love the matcha.
Okay.
Love the matcha.
All right. It's very grassy. Maybe I know Kelly loves it. I can't get into it. Maybe I'll get into it.
You'll get into it. But try this. This is our Vietnamese coffee.
Ooh, you guys make good ones.
It's so good.
Oh, this is like dessert.
It is
This
like
is like dessert. Oh, that's delicious.
Oh
Oh my gosh. And then it'll wake you up. Good
It'll wake you
caffeine.
up. Yeah.
Unreal.
Don't drink it after 11.
Amazing. Yeah, right. Best sellers, what do you think is the best one?
You know, I love the don.
Yeah.
And I love the sticky ribs.
This is the one I was thinking of that everybody's going for. All right, this might be a silly question, but can you support Mile High Asian Food Week? I'm, going through some stuff and I'm doing a little takeout.
Yeah.
Takeout Tory time. Can you still support it with takeout?
Yeah, I think that absolutely.
Okay.
Go on the website, milehighasianfoodweek.com.
Okay.
And you'll see the list of all of the different restaurants that are participating. And then there, you're going to be able to see what are they offering.
Got it.
Right? Some places will have special menus. Some will have really great discounts. Some will have options for to-go that are really, really great deals.
Nice, that's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Okay, what does this mean to you personally?
Well, I think as an Asian American
Yeah.
in the city who really, I grew up here, I was born and raised here, and seeing so much of our culture being out there and being represented as well as celebrated is really big.
Yeah, because it's lovely to see that in Colorado especially,
Yeah.
which I think. Let me ask you something. This has been happening since we've had several of these. What has the response been since last year?
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's grown every year. It's grown and grown.
Nice.
And it's to the point where we have 70 restaurants participating this year,
That's
which is
awesome.
a really big deal.
And you have a new location, am I right?
I do.
Everybody wait.
Wake up.
This woman is so big. She has twins, okay? And she does volunteer work. She owns and handles all of Olive and Finch. Where's the new location?
New location, Golden Triangle on the corner of 11th and Bannock. So our grand opening is this Saturday, the 24th.
Are you so excited?
25th.
Unbelievable. 24th? Annie? We always go to Annie. 24th? 24th.
24th.
Okay, that's very exciting. Well, congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy. Everybody celebrate. Mile High Asian Food Week, as Chef Mary says, runs through April 26th, through May 3rd. Learn more at milehighafw.com. You can also see Olive and Finch's full menu at oliveandfinch.com. Don't forget, at the airport, you can pick them up. That's when I took a picture and sent it to you. They're also at the airport. We're just getting started with Mile High Asian Food Week. Next week on Colorado and Company, Kokora joins us with a cooking demo. It's going to be very, very tasty, so stick with us. But first, let's not forget, it is Earth Month, and it continues to roll on. Later, craft ideas from Gabby's Dollhouse you can make with the kiddos just from your own backyard.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
All right, travel buffs know that adventure is right there for the taking during National Bucket List Day. So let's see and experience something absolutely new. To help, we have travel expert and your bucket list guide, Justin Walter, and he has the inside track on this really cool special destination I had never really heard of. It's stirring up a lot of buzz this year. Take a look at this. All right, Justin, you have one destination you think we should really add to our 2026 bucket list. I'm dying to hear what it is. What is it?
Yeah, the Northern Territory, Australia is the place to visit in 2026. And I'm not the only one saying that. The New York Times, National Geographic, Condé Nast Traveler have all named it a top destination to visit this year. And when we think of Australia, this is the real Australian outback. It's full of epic experiences, unparalleled natural wonders. It's got iconic Australian landscapes and real Aussie personalities. There's a uniqueness to the Northern Territory you're not going to find anywhere else in the world. And it gives travelers the opportunity to have an immersive, authentic, meaningful travel experience. It's an under the radar destination that I think is not going to stay under the radar. So you want to get there. You want to get there.
It's going to get hot all of a sudden.
Hot. Yeah.
Imagine. You're like in the bush. You're like really immersed.
Yes.
What are some must explore highlights of the Northern Territory? To be honest, I hadn't really heard of this, so I feel ignorant. Tell me more.
No, well, I'm glad to educate you and everybody else. And I think the national parks are a must. Uluru is the spiritual heart of Australia's Red Centre. It's located about 250 miles southwest of Alice Springs, which is often considered the gateway to the region. And when I was 21 years old, I actually took my first ever solo trip to Australia's Red Centre. I met up with a group of international travelers to explore Uluru and Kata-Juda National Park, and it changed my life forever. I am not lying to you, Tori. Being there, it inspired me to want to dedicate my life to travel because it's such a magical paradise. And for the first time ever this April, travelers can actually walk between the two iconic landmarks of Uluru and Kata-Juda on a multi-day journey. This 5-day guided trek offers a completely new way to explore the Northern Territory, and it's the only way to actually stay overnight in the national park itself. And then further up north in the top end, as they like to call it, I recommend Kakadu National Park. It's one of the biggest national parks in the country with dramatic landscapes. It's got ancient Aboriginal rock art and wildlife you won't see anywhere else. Plus, if you're a water lover, you can swim in waterfalls and natural infinity pools.
Oh, this sounds like heaven or like something
It
from
is.
a Tolkien novel. Besides those beautiful natural spaces, tell me about the cultural experience, because travelers are expecting that when they go now.
Especially nowadays. And, this is really the soul of the trip, Australia and the Northern Territory. They're actually home to the world's oldest continuous living culture, which stretches over 60,000 years. Yes. So going to the Northern Territory is actually going to be getting a chance to be a part of living history with the Aboriginal culture there. Across the Northern Territory, you're going to see Aboriginal rock art sites that document traditions and history spanning tens of thousands of years. A new and exciting way to explore Aboriginal culture is going to be the upcoming Larrakia Cultural Center. It's a $40.5 million project that will offer immersive Indigenous-led experiences right in the heart of Darwin, which is the capital of the Northern Territory. And in Darwin this year, in August of 2026, the Darwin Aboriginal Art Fair is celebrating its 20th year anniversary. So it's a really great way to explore Aboriginal culture.
I gotta be honest, this sounds sort of life-changing, and I know you've had that experience, but this just sounds like an all-around perfect spot for someone wanting a really big experience. I want to thank you, and I also want to ask you if you'll go to the Northern Territory with me one day.
What, Tori? 100%. We have it on record. I will go with you. We will have the best time ever. Let's do it. I'm in.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and we so appreciate your insight. This is a really once-in-a-lifetime opportunity I'd never heard of, so great call on this. Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome.
Justin, you certainly are a bucket list guide, my friend. For more information on exploring this amazing place, it's Australia's Northern Territory. Check out northernterritory.com. And for additional travel fun, check out yourbucketlistguide.com. On socials, it's at yourbucketlistguide. All right, even if you live in Colorado, there's always more to learn and explore. So to celebrate our state's 150th, you can get in on a very cool collab between the Maven Hotel and Aspire Tours. It's called Pillow to Peak. I love that. I think that's cute. To explain more, we have Chris Bjorg-Johnson and from the Maven, Joe Henderson. Hello, sir.
Hi, thank you.
Very good to have you both from Aspire Tours. Chris Bjorg, why did the Maven want to create this new Pillow to Peak experience?
Yes, so we want to do something really great to celebrate Colorado's 150th birthday coming up. So we wanted a great way that guests could be able to explore Lodo, where we're located.
I'm in
Lodo.
Lodo.
Amazing!
Yeah,
amazing neighborhood, and also get up into the mountains and explore areas that they might not be able to get to without getting a car or figuring out transportation.
Yeah.
So why we partnered up with Aspire here to make that happen for our guests.
I love a good collab.
Yes,
that makes it easier for me. It's really all about me, so thank you. I appreciate it. What are the Colorado adventures that guests can choose from?
Yes, so we have a morning hike at Red Rocks and then a more full day Rocky Mountain National Park adventure.
Ooh, that'd be good.
So guests can really pick as they're booking, you know,
Yeah.
their skill level, what they're interested in, and then our Maven team and Aspire will take care of the rest of the details.
Okay, because I'm like at, what do you call it, like the lowest level?
Me too.
Okay. Well, it's like a slow walk.
Yeah,
There's no like
exactly.
jogging up a mountain here.
Like
Excellent.
outdoors adjacent.
Yeah, like maybe an ice cream cone, like to go, okay, that sounds all
Exactly.
right. Joe, I would assume that Aspire Tours books up extremely fast, but there are two tours I want to know more about. One is the Red Rocks one that you were talking about, because I've never been in the sunrise. Isn't that so embarrassing? I've been there like tipsy watching awesome concerts, as we all have, and the Rocky Mountain National Park. So tell me about those two.
Yeah, so between the two, we do book up very fast, but it's because these are two iconic locations here in
Yeah.
Colorado. You have Red Rocks, that is one of the greatest music venues in the world, and Rocky Mountain National Park, that is so rich with an abundance of wildlife and peaks. And just with this year going into Colorado's sesquicentennial, we are looking at just really bringing people into the fold and really show them what it means to be made of Colorado and give them that locals experience.
And like, have you had any reactions from people who have gone? Has it started already, the collab already yet?
We have done some winter bookings, so we
Okay.
did some ski packages, so we're
Nice.
kind of shifting gears to
Just
summer,
summer.
spring, or
Okay.
summer season.
Yep.
Okay, and Aspire Tours, is it cars, vans, buses? Or is there a tour guide with it? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so we utilize a bunch of passenger vans that are going to be either Mercedes-Benz, Ford, and everything. But then we do utilize a lot of like motor coaches for company outings and customized tours that we'll do. But yeah, if anything, our fleet is going to be like made up of a bunch of like very professional tour guides that are all locally, like have a bunch of local knowledge based here in Colorado, and just really deliver that like locals perspective, being able to show everyone these key parts of Colorado that may be a little bit off the beaten path.
Which is what you want, especially if you have guests coming. How cool do you look? You're like, I got a Mercedes Benz and I'm going up.
I was like, let's go.
Oh, bougie. Yes, that's what we like. Do you have a favorite tour of all of the tours to lead? Do you have a favorite?
Even though we're talking about it, without a doubt, the Rocky Mountain National Park hike is my favorite. Just being an avid hiker myself, and our tour guides, they just deliver such an immersive and unique experience, and they just really go out to make sure that you know what it means to be made of Colorado.
Nice.
And just the trails, the lakes, the wildlife, you can't beat it with our guys.
It's like a postcard.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
I got to get out there. I've heard, you know, I've driven by.
Yeah.
What are some of the stuff you brought here? Oh,
Yeah, so we just got some of our brochures, got some of our swag, some new beanies that we just launched.
I like the beanie.
Considering that we thought it'd be colder a little bit
I
longer.
know.
But
It's like
here we are.
we're schwitzing in here. It's
Yeah,
not
I
even
know.
summer. So excited. Okay, let's talk about the Maven again, Chris Bjork. What is new at the Maven and Dairy Block for people planning a trip to Denver? So talk to me about those two.
Absolutely. So we are doing activations all the time. We do over 300 annually.
Are you joking?
I know, it's crazy.
You're busy.
I know, we're very busy.
Oh, my
so
word.
everything from live music events, food pop-ups. We have a dog caricaturist that comes through.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe and I
and-
are taken aback.
Yes, new vendors all the time. So we have Marzix now at Denver Milk Market. Their grand openings next week. Some really cool florists shop in our free market. So there's so much to do on site. So what I really love for our guests is, you know, if they don't have that much time or bandwidth to do planning, especially if they want to do city and mountains, there's so much, you know, we're right next to Coors Field. My team is super knowledgeable. We love to make sure you're going to have the best experience. So we call them the, you know, Maven is an expert in your craft, so we're the Mavens of hospitality.
I love
That's why we
that.
love partnering, so we can take care of the city element, and then you can get out to the mountains and really kind of, you know, check off everything on your Colorado bucket
Okay,
list.
good. So I can hook up with you guys and you guys figure it all out for me.
Exactly.
Yep.
The goal is for me to do less work.
Exactly.
So this is exciting.
You just drink champagne, we'll take care of all the details.
It's like you know me. It's like you know me. Oh my God, this sounds like an amazing trip. You could do it for someone who's lived here for a while, or if you're brand new, or again, impress your guests as well. Price range. Talk to me how long the offer is available. Talk to me about both of those.
Yeah, so it is $361 is the rate on that
that's not bad.
package, and all of the booking information will be online.
Okay.
And it does go through books through September 30th.
Oh, the whole
So,
summer.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
We'd love to have
I'm saying
you.
it here, so you guys have to hold me to it. This is amazing.
Look forward to hosting you.
Yeah, and it's reasonable. That's not like a grand or something like
Exactly.
that.
And
Very
you get so
reasonable.
many amenities with your stay too. So we really do a great job of making sure that whole experience is, you know, perfect from start to finish.
Amazing. Hand me that beanie really quick. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? I'm gonna put this on as I give my teas.
Ooh, you look good in
Do I
green.
look good?
Look good in
That's
green.
the color.
Spot me when I get lost in the Rockies, which I will. Celebrate Colorado's 150th birthday by getting to know it better. Book your Pillow to Peak experience at the Maven Hotel. For details and to book, go to themavenhotel.com. Thank you both. Very exciting. What a great idea, because I don't want to plan, like I said. Lazy. All right, thank you guys. Well, dating these days, speaking of lazy, all can be so exhausting. The latest thing you have to worry about, have y'all heard of it? The Peter Pan syndrome. We asked Dr. Viviana about it. Stay tuned next. I've heard of it. All right, chances are you've heard the tale or you've seen the movie Peter Pan. Straight on till morning, right? I love that. But did you know there's something called the Peter Pan syndrome? And yes, it applies to dating. You know I had to ask Dr. Viviana about this. Check it out. All right, Dr. Viviana, let's be very real. Today's day and age, you need a little faith and a little pixie dust to get through everything. And we are talking about specifically the Peter Pan syndrome. Break it down for us. What is it and how do you recognize it?
Okay, so this is a new term that people describe adults who are really struggling to take on responsibilities, emotional maturity, everything that's typically associated with being an adult. They're really struggling to do that, so they might avoid commitment. They want to be carefree. They want to not have bogged down by friggin' obligations and responsibilities. And so they avoid having a dependent role.
Oh, they're a lost boy. That's from Peter Pan. So this might be a silly question, but I have to ask, why? Why do some people refuse to grow up?
Ooh, okay, well, a lot of it has to do with your upbringing. Some people, and we're not talking about just men or women, it could be anyone who they weren't brought up to take on responsibilities. Everything was kind of done for them. So not that everybody will end up having this Peter Pan syndrome, but that typically is what's showing up in my offices and why. They also fear failure. You know how many times you have to just kind of be brave and do things without ever having done them before or knowing that the outcome is going to be amazing. Some people just avoid that altogether. Other people are really scared about, they want to avoid criticism and they want to avoid losing their freedom. So they're kind of like, yeah, I don't want to be an adult. I'm just going to be in my Peter Pan era forever. And of course, they might think that avoiding adulthood is going to be easier, but ultimately it's just going to come back to get them in the end.
In the never end. What is that? The never ending.
Never ending story.
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, the
Neverland.
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 We're getting all of our 80s movies. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Totally. How does this show up in a relationship? Like, how can I be like, oh, I think I have this with my partner?
So they probably are going to resist taking on big financial responsibilities. Maybe they're the ones who say, oh, I just prefer to rent, but truly it has nothing to do with their preferences and more to just do with not wanting commitments and be dedicated to something for that long. Because for them, that's not, they're struggling to handle these needs in general, to then have like a legal agreement or a financial agreement that's long-term is like, ooh, that's too heavy. I'm going to resist that. Their partner is usually the one that's going to point it out and say like, it's not normal for you to want to just be living your college era forever. Right. And there are benefits to growing up that maybe they just don't feel like that's really exciting, or maybe it's not something that they really trust that they can handle.
Right. It's overwhelming. I have to be honest with you. Like, there's a little Peter Pan, or as I call it, passenger princess that I have, where like you know what I mean? Like I didn't have a ton of responsibility on my own, and I kind of struggle with that now. But it's not malintention. Like, there's no maliciousness. It's just something I'm working on. So I'm glad to have this conversation. Any tips on, let's say you're like, I find myself in this, how can you start that conversation instead of being like, you're Peter Pan?
You are really bad at this. No, I think maybe addressing or giving them the option to bring up the fact that they are feeling a little bit scared or intimidated. Hey, it is intimidating to sign a lease. It is intimidating to sign up for something that you might be like marriage, forever. So I think just kind of putting it out there like, hey, I think everyone gets a little bit scared or intimidated. Sometimes people need more information in order to feel more comfortable taking on more adult roles in their lives. So maybe it's about offering like, hey, let's watch this YouTube series, or do you want to listen to this podcast together? Or what are 3 questions that you think maybe you have about this? And let's see if we can get the answers together. I would say turn it into like a team sport. Adulting is kind of more fun when you have a teammate.
Totally. A good partner. That's a good call. All right. Well, I'm off to Neverland. See Captain Hook over there. Thank you so much, Dr. Viviana. I appreciate you. And I'm sure our viewers do as well, especially those who are dating.
Yeah, and I do have a new app. It's a free app download. It's called Vivid Relationships. You can get it on my website or on this app store, drviviana.com. Check it out. It's a free relationship resource hub, and I'm going to be downloading a lot of exclusive content there. So join me there.
Dr. Viv, I'm so proud of you. Cannot wait to get that app. Fantastic job. And I'm sure I'll see you soon. Bye, Wendy. I'm just kidding. Continue the conversation with Dr. Viviana. You can find her online at drviviana.com/vivid relationships, or you can download her free new app. It's called Vivid Relationships. We'd also really like to ask your relationship questions to her. So guess what, guys? Now it's your turn. Send us your questions, any questions. They could be anonymous if you want. You can send them our way via email to mycoco@9news.com, and we'll ask the doc all about it. network, and give back. The big impact you can make in the community. Details on the other side of the break. We get 200,000 views a month on social media, and you should see us on your phone. Do not get left out. You're going to get FOMO. I know you are. So follow us on Instagram at Colorado and Company. We also post full episodes and segments on YouTube. So subscribe and stay on top of all of our great local content, because everybody needs a little more cocoa in their lives. And Tori, right? Right? No one's saying right. All right, we'll be right back. Dig that music. All right, hang out, have fun, and do some good. It's a win-win-win. We have Tom, Evan, and Kathleen. They are here today with more on an upcoming event for Colorado 1000 and the impact they've had on a local nonprofit, Close to Kids. So I'm going to start with Tom. Tom, hello.
Hello.
You are a founding partner of CO1000.org. For those who aren't familiar, tell us about it.
Yeah, so basically, Evan and I, Evan's my business partner.
Hello,
in
Evan.
our company. And we started we started Colorado 1000 about 7 years ago.
Okay.
And we are a local nonprofit that basically raises money in a variety of ways, including membership dues, corporate sponsorships, community gives partnerships. And we take those monies and we pool them together, and then we nominate and select other charities that are local to Colorado that we deem kind of worthy of our money, and we host an event or two every year, and then we write a nice big check to these other charities.
What good people. I'll MC the next event. You don't have to ask. It's okay.
Okay, beautiful. We'd love to have you.
That's an awesome thing that you guys do.
Yeah, happy
Evan, there's a really exciting event coming up. Tell us a little bit about that. What's going on?
Yeah, so once or twice a year we do a big giveaway, and like Tom was saying, we pick a new charity every 6 months or a year.
That's awesome.
We're in a little transition period this year, so we're just doing it once, but we'd like to get up to at least 2, maybe 3 and 4 in the future.
Oh, that's lovely.
The big giveaway this time is June 17th at the Hangar Club out in Central Park, and we, like he said, we give away the big check to our beneficiary.
I always wanted to know if you can take that big check to the bank. I've always
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah,
That would be fun.
I signed the bag. You know. Kathleen, this is where you come in.
Or mobile
Tell
deposit.
us, yeah, the mobile, like a huge camera. Tell us about how Colorado 1000 was able to help close with kids. Close to kids. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we were so fortunate to be selected as the beneficiary. Prior to that time, we had been serving about 1,100 students a month, providing them with a week's worth of clothes.
Oh, wow.
After we received their grant, we moved up to closer to 1,300 students per month.
No way.
So we were able
a month?
A month.
Wow.
Yes, so we were able to purchase the 5 new underwear, 5 new socks that we give, and then the rest of our wardrobe can be either new or gently used, but we don't really get enough used shoes, so we often need to purchase shoes.
Wow.
But it's basically providing students with a week worth of clothes so they can feel good, confident, and prepared to thrive in school.
I mean, clothes are a big part of like a kid, you know what I mean? There's dignity, there's
confidence.
There's confidence there. And affordability, I've said this over and over this year, is so high. So I mean, it's very hard to do. So this is great. What programs or services were you able to enhance? Is this one of the ones you were talking about going up that way?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, we say we do one thing, provide a week's worth of clothes, and we try to do it as well as we can and serve as many students as we can. So with this grant from Colorado 1000, we were able to increase the number of students that we serve.
Unreal. Okay, Tom, since you've been there from the start, can you please share more about the impact you've seen that CO1000.org have on the community? I mean, it must fill your heart.
Yeah,
right?
It really is a special thing. And, our prior executive director is the one who brought this idea to Evan and I. And, immediately we just ran with it. We saw that it was a great thing, and we've been fortunate in our business world and all that, and it is important to give back. And so we have given away a little over $500,000 in the last 7 years, and we just continue to grow. And so we have a new executive director that started, as our other one, Phyllis, who came on the show many times, retired. And Jen is doing wonderful things. We actually have an event tonight. We have a lot of people coming, and we have a lot of great momentum. And so really, we would love just more people to kind of check us out at CO1000.org. get involved. We help, select and pick charities that might be special to them and vet them out and just make sure they're worthy causes. And to give away $500,000 and see what we're doing to, the impact to the smaller to mid-sized charities. And that's really,
need it.
we're not going to the big boys. We're doing the small to mid-sized people, but you get your tears and you get choked up, and it's pretty fun.
I mean, you have all this business and entrepreneurship, and you're having that all, and then it comes down to like a pair of shoes. Yes. And then and you're like, that's the impact I'm making.
Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah.
Tell me about the 1,000 in the CO. What does that mean?
So that means we would like to get to 1,000 members. That's really when I mentioned earlier that we raise money through membership dues and corporate sponsors, and then we have a thing called Community Gives Partners where people basically designate an amount of money that they're going to give kind of per job or something that they do, right? So it could be a real estate agent or it just could be a, whatever. And they just say, hey, I want to donate $10 for every job I do or whatever. And we pool all that together. And so our goal is to get to 1,000 members so that we can really make an impact and give some pretty significant monies away.
That's unbelievable. Okay, Evan, how can people get involved? Let's say either I'm working for a charity like Kathleen, which is bravo, or I want to give. How can they get involved?
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy. I mean, I first suggest go to co1000.org, check out our events section on the page. We have events probably once or twice a month, depending, sometimes a happy hour, sometimes an educational event. Like Tom mentioned tonight, we do have our happy hour. Ooh. It's just a great time to get together with a bunch of people, like-minded people, and network, but also, for causes. So just check out Colorado or co1000.org.
co1000.org. And real quick, Kathleen, what's your favorite part of doing what you do?
I love to see the students trying on the clothes and just the excitement they see. They feel really proud, and you can just see as they walk out of the store they're really happy. It happens every single day.
I bet they just stand up like a little bit taller.
And sometimes you get the hand on the hip and
a little swagger.
Yes,
a little swagger.
It's amazing. Yes.
That's awesome. Congrats for what you guys are doing. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity. Mark your calendars now for Networking Madness, the big giveaway. It's benefiting Denver kids, and it's happening at the Hangar Club, like they said. It's June 17th. You can always learn more at co1000.org. Thank you again for what you guys do. How fabulous. All right, here's a weekend idea for you, crafts. In just a few minutes, the famous Gabby's Dollhouse inspired DIY projects that are super easy to make, and they use things you can find right outside.
I got buddies all around the world.
Oh, baby, only one more sleep until Good Friends Friday. This week, we've got Nick Clark. He's bringing his unique sounds to Studio B. Join the fun tomorrow on Coco. Sounds delicious.
Got more taste. When I'm with my friends, it feels like everything sits in place.
Earth Month is still in full swing, and if you have kiddos at home who want to celebrate this month and also happen to be a big fan of Gabby's Dollhouse, we got some really good and fun ideas for you. Here's Kelly's chat with mom lifestyle expert Vina Crownholm. Take a look.
Hi, Vina. I'm so excited to be talking to you. I have a 6-year-old nephew, so I have to ask. Parents are always looking for ways to get their kids more creative. Do you have any ideas for us?
Absolutely. One of my biggest ways is to get out in nature. Nature is so open-ended and creative. And so we always like to start with like a scavenger hunt in nature. My husband makes a great list, and both my kids, we go and find those things. So it can be twigs, it can be dirt, it can be moss, lichen, so many options right there. And then the other thing about getting creative is reusing and repurposing what you already have. So it could start with something like a delivery box, since we all get so many of those every day, and you can repurpose it into something fun like these fairy wings right behind me. This is a larger delivery box, and I went ahead and cut fairy wings, and I used that clear packing tape that we all have, put on some dried flowers, and then with your kid you can co-create and figure out what color you want to paint the wings, what you want to put on them. I put rhinestones, but the possibilities are endless, and the best part is it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's going to be unique to you and your kid.
That is such a great idea, the fairy wings, and then you can get out in the garden and pick flowers with your kids together, kind of a family activity. I love that. Okay, let's say a family wants to celebrate Earth Day month with some more creative themes. What else can they do?
So many things, right? And I think of Earth Day as every day. Every day is a good day to reuse and repurpose what you already have. So another one is this fairy wand, right? Since season 13 of Gabby's Dollhouse is Fairylandia, this is a great one right here. So these are just twigs that we found on our nature walk. I made them into a star shape, hot glue gun that together. Then I added that packing tape on the backside, dried flowers. And then because we're talking about fairies, I added a little bit of ribbon that we had around the house. And you have this really great option. Another one is this birdhouse. Now, this is a lot of fun, as you can see right here. This is a cardboard box on the bottom and then popsicle sticks. We do eat a lot of popsicle sticks, so I saved those and I made shingles on the side and decor, and the rest of it is just cardboard. You put some birdseed in there, and it's a lot of fun to create with your kids, and then you get to see all the birds enjoying the fruits of your labor.
That is so cute. I love these ideas. Okay, since we're in the middle of spring, is this more of an indoor activity or should we get outside to do these?
You can do either or, and it can be a blend of both. That's the best part, is that this is your experience. So if you want to do something simple like a fairy garden like I have here, this is a bowl that we got at the thrift store that I had around the house. And I'm like, anything can be a fairy garden. So we got a little bit of dirt from the yard, or if you don't have it, you can get it from the store. We picked some moss and lichen, added that in. We have some rocks that my kids found, and then I took some twigs, made a gate. So the real fun part here is that you can create every part of it that you want to. You can add in like fun little finger fairies from Fairylandia, which we have here, and add those into your garden for that extra fairy touch. So anything and everything can be part of your springtime craft.
Oh, these are so great. I can't wait to show these to my nephew. Okay, budget is top of mind for a lot of people, especially right now. So is there any advice on how to be crafty without breaking the bank?
Always, it's just reusing what you already have. I say go through your own home and see what you can create with. And then from there, if you need a couple supplies like paint or tape, you can go and do that. But creating at home can be as simple as making a mason jar cake like we did here. We used a box cake, and then we made homemade whipped cream, which was the real fun part right here. So that's heavy whipping cream, a little vanilla and powdered sugar. And then you just create this together, and you can add some paper to go in theme of Gabby's Dollhouse, whatever theme you want to do. And so something like that can be simple, fun, and core memories are always unlocked.
Oh, that's a great idea. Maybe put a little food coloring in there to change the color. Homemade whipped cream. Oh, I love it, Vina. Okay. So creativity looks different for everyone. I'm a little bit crafty, but like my sister's not the most crafty. Do you need to have any craft skills to be able to do these, or can we kind of just whip them together?
You can whip them together, and that's the fun part. I mean, I love using a hot glue gun, but I also love tape, as you can see here. So those are two really basic supplies that anyone can do. And this isn't about being perfect. It's really just about having fun, learning things along the way, and really unlocking your creativity.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Vina. You have such good ideas and such great energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
To see these ideas again or for more inspiration, give Vina a follow. Her handle is @VinaCrownHome. Plus, Gabby's Dollhouse fans, mark your calendars. Gabby will be visiting the Denver Botanic Gardens, Chatfield Farms in June, so keep an eye on gabbysdollhouse.com for more information. Hugh Jackman, I think you know who he is. He's back, and this time in a way you've never seen him before. He's a shepherd. Next week, I've got tickets to give away to an advanced screening of his new flick, The Sheep Detectives. Here's a look at it. Bye.
If there's one secret to happiness in my life, it's taking care of the kindest creatures on earth. Sheep. I want you to meet my flock.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be.
I keep them well fed, well groomed, and each day I read out loud to them mysteries, whodunits. I know who the killer was. I like to pretend that they follow along, but they're only sheep.
Ah, why would he stop there?
He was just about to say who the killer was.
This is torture. It was the maid, right?
We love connecting you to organizations that can help and navigate life and family. And today we want to introduce you to Guiding Bright Minds. They are a valuable resource for those in the neurodivergent community. Co-founder and CEO Tiffany Feingold, as well as Colton Gibbons of National Medical Supply, they stopped by to share more. Take a look. Tiffany, I want to start with you first. Let's get a better understanding of how neurodivergent is defined? Because it's a little hazy and the terminology has changed a lot.
Yes, and I'm so glad you asked. And that's one thing to keep up on all the different changes of the terminology. So neurodivergence is under the umbrella of neurodiversity. So neurodiversity includes all individuals. And then under neurodiversity is neurodivergent and neurotypical. And neurotypical is, as it sounds, brains that function in the typical manner.
Got it.
I guess normal.
Got it.
And then neurodivergent is those that differ in how they think and process. And under that category is like ADHD, dyslexia, autism. You had mentioned in a segment anxiety.
Yes.
That impacts how we process and how our mind works.
It's very hard.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It is.
Wow, so that's really good. Okay, I'm gonna move your hair real quick, just because you're the beautiful hair though. Okay, Tiffany, what inspired you to start Guiding Minds in the first place?
Well, personal experience. You know, I have a son, and you know, early on, and you know, being a parent is hard as it is.
Yeah, you just heard that, you know, Ann Welch, yeah.
Very hard. And then when you add complexities and uniqueness to that, that can be overwhelming and exhausting. And early on, just as a young age, my son was getting kicked out of daycare in the principal's office. And as a parent, that's heartbreaking and heart-wrenching. And so you had no place to go. There's different hodgepodges of places that had offered services. But what I created with Guiding Bright Minds to help parents, first of all, I wanted to let them know they're not alone.
That's huge.
It's a community that really
huge.
supports each other, because you get so judged, you're looked at, you're evaluated.
There's
so much shame in how you're parenting. And so we wanted to build a community that works together. So we have a directory of amazing providers, because when you go and Google psychology or Google OT, what does that mean? What is occupational therapy? So we have an online directory, we have resources, we have events, we have community things, and we're gonna talk about one of my big events that's coming up.
Absolutely. So you created the thing you needed.
I did.
Wow.
I did.
I love women like this. Now, as you said, y'all have this very special event coming up. Talk to us about that.
Yes. So I'm so proud. It's the 4th annual Neurodiversity Resource Fair. And last year we got voted by Colorado Magazine as the best event.
High five, baby!
Thank you.
Wow.
I mean, that's huge. And so what we want to do is create a space of inclusiveness. It's sensory friendly. We have over 100 vendors. I know, which can sound like a lot.
Right, but you take it consideration.
We do. And so to give families the understanding that you can come and you can feel supported, you can feel seen, you can feel understood, and meet other parents.
That's a
meet
life raft.
Community
That is a life
really
raft.
truly supports, and allow your kids to run and have fun, because there is a group of people there to support them and work with them.
My co-host on DBL has a son on the spectrum, and he says autism is a superpower.
It is.
And you can change the way you view it, which is amazing.
It is.
Colton, how did you first get involved?
Well, so National Medical Supply, you know, we've been around 25 years. We've always kind of worked with Medicaid patients, more on the geriatric side. And then really within the last 5 years was kind of when we got more exposed to this community. Our owners have a nephew that has Down syndrome, so that was kind of our first exposure into this whole community. And once we kind of started doing more events and more things, we realized that there's so many resources and products and support that these families need. And so that's what kind of led us down this path of trying to help those families and really bridge that gap for them of, you know, what products and what's available to them, and then how to get those.
And the mission is specific to you. You guys, you love the mission as well.
So that's really why our partnership with Guiding Bright Minds means so much to us, because of how they treat families and how their whole mission is to get these resources and this information to those families. That's one thing that we've always found in the community is, you know, once these patients, they get their diagnosis and they get their insurance, but then where do they go?
Yeah,
they don't know how to access these resources and products, so these events are just so important in helping them with that.
Unbelievable. You two are doing very good work, and I'm very proud that you just created what you needed. Unbelievable. All right, guys, I want you to get to know Guiding Bright Minds and mark those calendars, because you can attend the Neurodiversity Fair, which he just spoke about, on June 13th at Denver Academy. If you or you know someone who's neurodivergent, bring them into this. Right now, you can learn more about services as a resource for neurodivergent people at guidingbrightminds.com. Take a screenshot right there and send it to your friends. This is a great organization. Thank you for being here, both of you. Thank you so much for your company, Colorado. Portions of today's program were sponsored by the businesses listed on your screen. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we see you next time right here on Colorado and Company. Bye. It's a new one. Bye.